As Reverend Ike liked to say, you know, the best thing you could do for poor people is not be one of them. Prosperity is relative. Everything's relative. I'm actually shooting this today on my balcony out here in Miami Beach. We had a spectacular thunderstorm taking place earlier. Now, if I had a softball game coming up tonight, I'd really be upset. But I didn't. So what I did, I got a Tombstone pizza, a Dr. Pepper. I brought my lunch out here. I sat on the balcony and just watched the spectacular show that nature was providing me. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Prosperity TV. I want to talk about value for value this time. And you know, to paraphrase somebody really famous who unfortunately I don't know, I can't remember who, they said something to the effect of, if you're young and you don't like communism, then you have no heart. And if you're mature and you still like communism, then you have no common sense. See, communism is one of those things, it sounds good, it looks good on paper, it just doesn't work in the real world. And bear with me, of course I picked the day to shoot outside and I got an airplane going overhead. So, you know, Cuba is bankrupt, Russia found out it doesn't work, China has found out it doesn't work, because true prosperity, wealth, any kind of prosperity is always created by an exchange of value. And communism, the whole idea behind it of taking from productive people and subsidizing the unproductive people, is totally anti-prosperity and thus anti-humanity. And it doesn't mean you don't help other people. Obviously, as you guys know, I'm a big supporter of numerous charities, but I want you to give charity from a position of strength. In other words, charity begins at home. You go out and you create value, you become prosperous, you're going to be able to help a lot more people. As Reverend Ike liked to say, you know, the best thing you could do for poor people is not be one of them. So anyway, I was just in Russia a couple of weeks ago doing some programs there. I have a segment from a talk I was doing in Moscow that I think is really relevant to this, and I wanted to share it with you. Now just understand as you listen to it, there's going to be a little faint buzz because there were probably 2,000 or 3,000 people in the audience that they didn't speak English, so they had the headsets for the simultaneous translation. And when you get a couple thousand of those in one convention hall, it creates a buzz so you're going to hear a little bit of that in the background, but bear with me on that because I think this little clip will be a good analogy to kind of deepen this lesson a little more. So take a look. I remember the Cold War days, the Iron Curtain, and you know, Ronald Reagan calling the USSR the evil empire, and the nuclear missile threats between Russia and the United States, and now to walk through Red Square and see it as this amazing, wonderful tourist mecca, people from all over the world. And of course, as you guys here know, you go right next door and is what's called the GUM Mall. And that mall has got Armani and Prada and Brioni and every famous designer and store that you can imagine. And it's the perfect demonstration of free enterprise. And I think the prosperity lesson here is that what we know is communism doesn't work, socialism doesn't work, and socialism is really just communism with lipstick. What works is free enterprise. And why free enterprise works is because it's based on the principles of prosperity, which is everything is a value for value exchange. So when you create enough value, the universe rewards you with good. The universe rewards you with prosperity. And having probably done 10 or 15 trips to work in Russia now, it's been fascinating to watch the evolution. And you go down the streets and there's so many Mercedes-Benz, so many luxury cars. I go to the really elegant Russian restaurants here, and I think I'm in South Beach, because I get to the restaurant and there's a couple Bentleys and a Ferrari and Lamborghini and Viper, and there's just so many luxury cars and exotic cars. There's just a lot of prosperity taking place here in Russia. And the really fascinating thing is this. The thing that's driving it is all of you guys in this room and the millions more around, not just Russia, but Kazakhstan and Ukraine and all of the places that you guys have traveled here from. And this is the fascinating thing. As you guys saw on the show, we've got a couple thousand people here, and they came from Uzbekistan and Belarus and Ukraine. And I know we lost 2 people that couldn't get through. We got people that were stopped at the border of Ukraine and they didn't have the picture and they didn't get through. I know on one of the buses, if you guys who came here, but people from Chechnya, people who rode cars for days, slept in cars, people who came by days by train traveling 40 or 50 hours because of the passion of people, the desire for success. And it is that desire for success that drives free enterprise and drives true prosperity. So I just wanted to share with you guys on the internet what's going on here in this part of the world. And I want to thank every one of you in this room for being here, for the sacrifice you made, for your passion for success. And everybody watching, I hope you share this, and I thank you for your passion for success. So thanks for being part of Prosperity TV. And until next show, live rich. Peace.